Non-Americans of Reddit, what is the first state you think of when you hear United States? New York or Texas? Florida, New York, California, Texas. Finally someone said FL. Either California or New York depending on the context. Texas. I'm a Mexican, so every couple of years we drive to the border and spend a weekend shopping for clothes. Also, the barbecue is the best food known to man. Ah, a man of culture, I see we do have the best barbecue right now. Minnesota. You can't just not think about it. Right. Also, there is that legend, myth that when Finnish people immigrated to Minnesota, they were asked where they want to go. And they wondered to themselves, Minnesota, which would mean, where should I? And they were shipped to Minnesota. It's a weird legend, but I think about it every time I hear the word. The true name comes from the Dakota Sioux indigenous people. Minnesota, meaning clear blue water, or Minnesota, meaning cloudy water. A lot of the cities, states in the Midwest are named after Sioux words. Edit. More fact. Which is ironic because the word Sioux was a derogatory word used by other nations to describe the Sioux people. It means snake. Despair. Texas, then Nevada. Why Nevada? I forgot that was even a state, because I always think of Las Vegas. Oh, fair enough. Damn, fuck me I guess. If you say so. Alabama. Respectable. Relatable asterisk degree. 0. Step bro. You don't need to add step in Alabama. No. California. Since it houses many of my Kababayan Filipinos, and many relatives that I know lives there also. Texas. New York. Texas probably. Yay. Texas cause it's large, no idea what's in there. It's just a large state, no one knows what they do there really, even as Americans. Wisconsin. Many people outside of the US don't even know what Wisconsin is. It surprised me to see it up here. Happy to be getting some representation lol. Why Wisconsin? They make good cheese. That 70s show. Kelso always screams hello Wisconsin at the beginning. I have relatives who live there. Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware. Yay, someone said Delaware. Texas. State of emergency. Hell yay. Washington. Why? Seattle is a fast-growing tech hub with a lot of tourists, monsieur. The PNW is simply gorgeous and there's a ton of wallpaper-worthy views. It's been in the news lately due to the coronavirus and Chaz. And it's the home of Boeing. The PNW is actually really ugly. Nobody move here. New Mexico. Breaking Bad is huge in India. Michigan. As a Michigander, when I think of Canada, I think of Ontario. Why that? It's 10 minutes away. Canada boy. Yep. Chicago. Das not a state, sadly. Really? Well, all you learn something new every day. I always remember Chicago being referenced in American movies as a kid, and I felt like a lot of movies were set there, so that's why I always think of Chicago when I think of America, and also Virginia, cause a few of my fav YouTubers that I like to watch live there. You can tell I'm not an American lol. It's a popular city but not a state. And no worries lol. Thank you to all the lovely American Redditors for letting me know and not making fun of me. Geography is clearly not my strong suit lol. Honestly, if you asked some Americans to simply name a foreign location and identify what that location is or where it is, yeah, no, you're good. It might as well be a state though. I live in Chicago and it's the only good thing about Illinois. Everything else is trash. California, and I know damn well it's because of the red hot chili peppers. Florida, Las Vegas and NYC, of which neither are states. Oh, it's Nevada. Yes. LMAOO. Texas. California or Texas? California IDKY. It's a pretty state I suppose. Jersey. New World? New I guess. California. I used to watch the OC. What's that? It was a TV show. Texas. Florida. Texas or West Virginia? Just wondering. Why WVA? Almost heaven. West Virginia. Hashtag MOUNTAINMOMMA. You are not the real you. Fucks with ducks. Appears I'm in Impasta. Great song. I used to live in WVA. Now I live in Texas. Had to ask. I just think of how big it is. Single people owning ranches that spans hundreds of acres. How towns and roads seem to stretch forever. The fact it has the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone and deserts all in one country. That's always been so normal to me, but yeah, you're right. We could easily split the US into like 5 different countries. Alabama, Idaho of course. What did you call yourself? I didn't call myself just any hoe. Texas, Arizona, Texas, California, smiley face. Texas because that's where the cowboys live. Yay. Texas was the first one. Anything other than Hawaii or Alaska. Usually New York or Atlanta, because all I know is TRAFFIC. Atlanta is a city in Georgia. Skyscrapers, burgers, Hollywood. State, not things, but that works. Oh, my bad, I read it wrong. Definitely New York. No worries lol. Do you ever think of the parts of New York State that don't have skyscrapers? Just wondering, because I was surprised to hear from some of my European work friends that they didn't even realize there was this whole other part of New York that wasn't specifically New York City. Was trying to explain how New York bordered Canada. They were very confused. State of decay. South Dakota because it is underrated and they have fried beef on a stick. No, not South Dakota. The only worst state you could pick would be North Dakota. Connecticut. I liked show set in Connecticut, so that's why. New York when I was young. Now it's Vermont. New York, California, Massachusetts, Mississippi. IDKY, but one of them come in my mind. Finally a Mississippi. Police state. I don't particularly. When I first think of America, states don't even come to mind at first, it's just one big blob. Poor Hawaii, Tennessee and Kansas. That's funny. I was born in Kansas and a lot of my family still lives there. But I've lived in Tennessee since I was 4. California, unfortunately. New York is not well known. Cause of NYC. But it depends on context. This is in general, but if it's about the South I'd think of Alabama because of that song. Texas wouldn't come to mind easily. Greater than New York is not well known. I'm pretty sure it's kinda popular. As I said, the city, not the state. What? You were asking about states. Nobody thinks of the state, they always think of the city. Yay, but the state is still one of the most known states in America because of the city. I actually think a lot of people don't even know the state exists. California, Washington, D.C. Technically not a state, kind of a zone but not in a state. Thanks for the clarification. It's easy enough because there's a state called Washington. To be fair, many Americans think it's also in a state. My aunt will be the one answering this question. Any state except for Alaska. I didn't even knew it exist. Quote. New York, where dreams are made. Florida, because it's the only one I've been to. That's a city in Cali. Or were they referring to Louisiana? Idaho, my sister lives there. Washington, Alabama, hell, Arizona, LMAO, that's pretty good. Why thank you. No, the afterlife location, it's definitely part of the USA. I agree. Washington edit, my small head, I keep on thinking Seattle is a state. To be fair, Washington D.C. absolutely deserves statehood. Right now New Jersey because a pregnant friend of mine lives there. They're in the state of fucked. Aren't we all? Not Canada, California. But it's really hard to not think of California with the amount of influence it has. Tech, Hollywood, culture. That's definitely true. There are a lot of other great states out there. UK perspective, but I think TV and social media push that state to the forefront. Alaska. Really? Why's that? Just really wanted to go there since I was a kid. Also it sounds nice. Fair enough, the 2 months of darkness seems amazing. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, an optimist, I see. Very. Florida, IDK. Lol. Should I think about any state? Colorado. New York City. Asterisk city asterisk I think that's a city. Ah shit, I'm no good with geology. No worries lol. Utah. Hollywood. It is not a state, but the first location that came to my mind. So state-wise it should be CA. Not a state but close enough. Florida mostly because of all these Florida Man articles. Alabama, Florida, California but I've just finished replaying GTA San Andreas so I'm probably biased. LMAO, great game. Aged like wine to be honest, or maybe that's just the nostalgia talking. A bit of both. Emo GTA 4 is the best. Depending on the context, the 4 top contestants are Florida, New York, California, Texas. Utah. I don't know why though, just sounds kind of funny. Florida. Washington, then New York, Alaska or California. Texas, I'm scared to go there since so many people have guns, but I'll get over it one day. That's not something you should be scared of. As long as you don't plan on robbing anybody, you should be pretty good. Yeah, I know. Once my dad went to America, and someone mugged him. If it happened here, he wouldn't have given money, but he thought the guy had a weapon, so he gave money. Great of him to tell me this when I was about 7, so I was scared permanently. But if I ever visit, I'll just make sure to research it to know it's a safe neighborhood. Los Angeles, awesome place. It's also an awesome city. I know a girl who lives there. Would love to hang out with her after I finish school. She's pretty friendly and helpful. Texas, Florida, Texas, Pennsylvania, go Pens. Virginia, I have some distant family there. Texas, Kansas, New York. I think it's because of all the movies about it. For some reason I thought Mexico. Maybe it's because the US president says it a lot. Or New Mexico. I am surprised with all the people saying Texas. I am a Texan and so I probably don't belong here. But I always think of NY and in particular NYC as the first state I think of in the US. State of disbelief. New York. It's 10 minutes away. Wyoming for some reason. None. Do you think of an Aussie state when you think of Australia? Yay, I think is Brisbane. Queensland is the state. Are they called states? I thought they were called territories. There are 6 states and 2 self-governing territories. Not unless Tasmania is relevant. I'd think of the Outback. But you were right, it isn't a state. Chaotic state. The fat kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He was German. That he was German. But for some reason the image of him just pops up in my head when I thought about America when I was younger. Pew Pew. District 13. California or New York. USA. 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 Chance. Oh fuck, what now? Quote. Alabama. Don't ask why. Why? New York. A state of constant fear for their schools. Not quite. Florida. New York for sure. Iowa. No idea why, just feel American for some reason. Glad I don't live there, TBH. New York or Florida? New York. New York, Nevada, Las Vegas, it's Britney bitch. NY La California. Arizona. Backquote cause insisui. Backquote via server for San Andreas. Multiplayer. Which called Arizona role play. California or Washington? New York. Washington, D.C. Florida favorite holiday destination. Pity it looks like it could be a while before I get to go. Again, speaking from Florida, I hope not. But we can't control these idiots. Beautiful place, you're lucky. It's crazy, isn't it? Time will tell how it all plays out. It's a quarantine. When I return home that will decide when I make it out next. Maybe I need to look into a permanent move. Thinking face, tears of joy. I think about memes. LMFAO. Burger Town. Liquid. What? A state of matter. Alabama. California. Florida. Delaware. Maine. New York or California. Sweet home Alabama or Texas. I'm thinking more about people like Trump, Kardashians, fat people in Walmart, idiotic liberals, etc. Only if I need to picture something like a city environment. Well, I guess I imagine New York. Or Los Santos from GTA 5. Lol. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.